Ropa papa papa, ropa papa papa, fire! Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ropa Dambire. If you're a new subscriber, welcome to the gang. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back again. Shakanaka Kuapano, it's indeed nice to be here. So in the last video that I'd made, I'd asked you guys to put down your questions in the comment section down below, in case you were wondering what I've been up to or if I hadn't been clear enough in my video. But I assume but seeing that there were no questions, I assume that my video was clear enough. Anyway, as promised to you before from that previous video, I did promise you guys that I'll talk to you I'll talk to you about why I moved from Namibia to Zimbabwe and how I've been finding that journey. So yeah, this video is about that. This video is about me moving to Zimbabwe from Namibia, why I moved, and how I've been finding it in Zimbabwe so far. So yeah, guys, I hope you do enjoy the video. Please remember to give it a thumbs up. Please remember to comment. Please remember to share with everyone. Anyway, guys, so here goes the video. So yeah, prior to my move back to Zimbabwe in February, I'd come back to Zimbabwe in October. And the reason for that was I wanted to renew my passport, and I also ended up getting spectacles. Anyway, oh yeah, I ended up getting spectacles. I was about to say there's a story for another day, but it's as short as it can be, so I don't think I need to do a whole video on how I got specs. So after I managed to renew my passport and I managed to get spectacles, and I guess part of that whole coming back here and just being with family, it got us into a position where we actually sat down and we were discussing about my life, how I was finding things in Namibia, and how I was finding my life in Namibia, where I wanted to be in the next couple of years, and etc. And I guess the conclusion to that discussion that we had was, okay, and as much as you love being in Namibia, because girl, this girl loved being in Namibia. I mean, I spent the beginning of my adult life, this is 5 or 6 years, my early 20s, I spent those years in Namibia. So my friends were in Namibia. I'd gotten used to the church that I was going to. I had gotten used to the life in Namibia. So you can only imagine how that must have felt. So the conclusion was, okay, in as much as you really do love Namibia, we want you to do what's best for you at the end of the day. So if you are seeing that there's no progress, and when you're in Namibia, if you're seeing that you're not getting any job opportunities, if you're saying that where you want to be in the 5 years does not align with where you are right now, then I think it would be best if you maybe come back to Zimbabwe and we try as a family to just see where can we go or how best can we help you whilst we are together. And yeah, I guess that's what that was one of the prompts to my moving back home. So maybe taking you back to the reasons for that discussion. So thinking about my life back in Namibia, I graduated in 2020 and I did a degree in tourism management. And besides having had that degree, I was not working in my field of study. I still am not working in my field of study, but you would expect that, okay, maybe after a year or two, hey, you'd be, working in your field of study. But no, I ended up working as an office administrator for a wonderful company. I mean, I had the best bosses ever. They were kind, they were nice and everything, but also at the end of the day, you can't just stay there because your bosses are nice. You are also looking at your future. You're also looking at the amount of money that you're getting. So it got to a stage where I was actually analyzing it, and I was looking at it, and I'm saying that, okay, the amount of money that I'm getting, I'm literally living from hand to mouth. You know, when you get paid and immediately there's a budget and you can't afford to live beyond your budget. This is where I was at, whereby I'm looking at, okay, I'll be honest with you, I was getting about 4,500 Namibian dollars. Now, converted to US dollars, that's about 300 or 350 US dollars thereabout. And you're looking at your needs, you're looking at your wants. Now, you need to pay the rent. Rentals are like going for like 2,500. Now, 4,500 minus 2,500, you're already in 2,000 Namibian dollars. Then after that, I needed to pay for my groceries, my transport, and then my toiletries, etc. And all in all, you'd see that at the end of the day, you really don't have anything much to your name. So you can't even save. I couldn't, and I wanted to save so much because I wanted to pursue my master's degree. And I couldn't do that because the money was not making sense. So you get to a point where you're like, okay, so I'm doing a job, or I'm working, but I probably don't even like this job. Or I'm working, but the money isn't enough. I am grateful for this job, but it's really not making sense at this moment. And I don't have anything to my name. I don't have any savings. I don't have a master's degree, which I really wanted to do at that point. So it gets really frustrating, and that's all you really think about. Where's my life going at this point? And to make matters worse, I think it's so human that you tend to look at what other people are doing. So you also get to a stage where you're like, but my friends, they're now in the USA. So, okay, my other friends are opening businesses. Okay, my other friend is on her 3rd degree right now. Or, that's comparison, right? And I know it's not good. You shouldn't be comparing yourself at all or to other people at all. But it happens. It's human. And yeah, I guess I just got to that point where I was like, Namibia is not serving me right now. And for the things that I want to happen in my life, for the things that I need to happen in my life, this whole situation right here is not serving me. And another reason was, so when you're a foreigner and you're looking for a job, they're gonna require you to have a work permit. And I don't have a work permit. No, I didn't have a work permit, because for you to get a work permit, you need to have a job. So it's like, huh? You guys are asking me for a work permit, yet I don't have a job. But at the same time, for me to apply for the work permit, I need a job. So it's like, huh? What am I supposed to do? It's almost like that whole thing whereby you're straight out of university and entry level, they're asking for 5 years of experience. And you're like, but I spent those 5 years in university studying for this entry level. So how exactly do you want 5 years of experience? It really doesn't make any sense. So yeah, you are applying for jobs, but at the end of the day, they're like, do you have a work permit? I mean, we hear you've got a good degree, your CV looks good, but where's your work permit, girl? So you're like, yeah. So yeah, you get to that point where you're like, I think it's better if I go home and just try to think things through. At least maybe there's a better chance of getting a better job or a job in the industry when I'm at home, because they're not going to be asking for a work permit. They will probably ask for the work experience, but I will be able to see my way through around that. And the connections in Zimbabwe are probably a bit better. I don't know. That was the thinking process, or that was the logic behind the whole moving back to Zimbabwe. So yeah, I hope that was a good explanation, or you understood why I moved back to Zim. But yeah, I guess those were my reasons for moving back to Zim.